Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. And today it's going to be a best of 5 between TY and Rogue from the semifinal series of the WCS Global Finals at Blizzcon. This is patch 3.19. Wait, 3.91? 3.91. A little dyslexic when it comes to numbers sometimes, but it's the last patch before patch 4.0. I figured I would give Rogue and TY their due because this series was amazing. In the bottom right-hand corner of Interloper, the latter edition in Game 1, we have the red Zerg player. His name is Rogue. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, it is the blue Terran player, TY. All right, so a ZVT best of 5 between two of the greatest players on planet Earth. Rogue and TY making it to the semifinals of BlizzCon, which really says a lot to what they're capable of doing here. So we should see how these players do. Very excited to see what strategies come out here. I'm expecting to see quite a lot of Hydralisk play out of Rogue. He's very strong in the early game, but his macro may even be scarier. And then TY just with elite positioning, great drops, good decision making throughout, and the micro skills on the battlefield have brought him this far as well. So nobody's going too crazy yet. We just have a very standard looking Reaper expand out of TY. Also could just be a Marine, but it is going to be a Reaper today. Reaper's name is the Silencer. Did you hear that? Those are the last words of his victims before their jaws are ripped out and mysteriously appear hanging from the top of Terran command centers. Wow. The Silencer Reaper, he's a mean dude. He actually, I mean, I guess shooting people's bad, but somehow ripping their jaws off seems a little bit worse. Is there a hierarchy to this? I really don't know that there is. So there's the expansion going down. Rogue can go for a third base really at any point now. He has enough money to do so. We'll see what he plans on doing, though. He's got Queen, obviously saving up for a bit of Queen play. Natural Queen going to pop out here, too, pretty much immediately. And his drone count is such that, again, if he wanted to go for some kind of a third hatch pretty quickly, but he's got 6 Lings on the way. They're not going to be out in time to knock down this command center or kill the SCV who's building it more correctly. But they will be here to defend against the Reaper fairly soon. Does not saturate his natural base, and here come the Zerglings. Chasing off creep. I was going to say off creep a little bit here. The Silencer trying to get this drone. Nope, the Lings cover that pretty darn well. Sneaking on in. 2 mineral lines hopping up and hopping down. Rogue doing a good job keeping Lings up and down. Forces one of the drones to turn itself into a spore crawler. Then the Queen pops out, and the Silencer doesn't really have much time left here to get things done. Unfortunately, once those Queens are out, it's just a really good positioning from a player of Rogue's level means no. And boop, he dead. Did he kill anything? He did not kill anything. But he got a good scout off. He saw there was no double gas here inside the main base, so it's probably not going to be mutas. Probably not going to be any kind of a 2-base muta, but holy smokes, what is this? We are getting pneumatized carapace, ladies and gentlemen. Drop and speed. Well, could just be the speed part. I might be getting ahead of myself with this drop concept. But getting speed this early could just be for scouting, but the fact that he doesn't have a third base yet, he is droning up real hard, though. It's kind of a weird combination of things that Rogue's going for. Droning up super fast, doesn't have a third base yet, but then getting speed for his Overlords. The speed has got to be for scouting at the very least, and it's going to be a lot of Hellion play here from TY early. Getting a Viking here, too. Overlord, speedy Overlord, comes sneaking right on in, sees, okay, all right, that could be a Banshee, I'm not entirely sure at this point, sees the double gas inside the main, nothing too crazy there. And Hellion's just dancing around. Are they going back? Is he worried about some drops? He might be worried about drops, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he's bringing it back to knock down this rock tower, which does provide some level of additional protection on this map from the south, so, all right, but man, using Hellions to do it, they're just so bad against buildings. It's very little damage over time there. There's your third hatch from Rogue just to the left of the main base. Not expanding north as I like to do on this map, but that's A-OK. Raven on the way from TY. And again, this is the 3-9 Raven. This is not the 4-0 Raven. So it's going to have some more offensive capabilities than the Raven does in the 4.0. Speedy Overlord does get taken down by the Viking. And TY getting a third base fairly quickly here. I don't know if he can defend it. These Hellions do finally knock down the rocks here. Again, making sure that Lings can't come from the south very easily. And it is going to be okay. Queen drop coming. And Overlord does get scouted. The Viking from TY. Fantastic. Look at this placement. Forcing the Overlord to come back and unload. Can he get all these Lings out before he dies? The answer is no. Does not get all of them out. And that Viking play from TY was brilliant. This was going to be some kind of a crazy drop play. But unfortunately for Rogue, it's totally scouted. TY making things happen like a boss. These queens thinking about still doing it anyway. I guess queens are pretty good here. There's the auto turret drop, though. And then the transfuse on the Overlord. Queens pick off the Raven. Lings are here, too. Auto turret getting some damage done, picking up until it's dead. And now it is dead at the front. Queens. Overlord does get picked off by some Marines and some Vikings here. One queen does go down, getting roasted in flames. Queen's trying to knock down a supply depot. The Ling's not really assisting because they know if they move in there, it's going to be Hellions and bad things. Viking has landed. Ling's trying to get on up here against this, but man, Hellions are so good. The Queens are all going to die. They're trying to transfuse themselves. Maybe try to kill one or two of these units, but TY with the incredible hold. I don't know. He hardly lost anything there except for a Raven and a Hellion. Fantastic play thus far for that dude. Only 500 resources lost compared to 1,200 for Rogue. I did see some Zerglings up here. Yeah, they thought about maybe attacking into this third base, but again, the Hellion count is just too high with the Marine support for them to be able to do much of anything at all. So TY making sure that Rogue's initial plan failed miserably with some Viking play and then just a good number of Hellions with Marine support on the ground. It looks like he is definitely going bio. We've got additional barracks here. Working on Combat Shield, working on +1/+1. All of the wonderful things. Rogue is still going for drops. He's got this speedy drop lord full of 8 Zerglings. Heading the wrong direction, though. For some reason, heading up to this top right-hand corner. I don't know exactly what they're doing. Perhaps trying to hide for another attack? Sure, why not? TY heading on down south towards the creep. Probably going to scan and start killing some of these tumors. You can't let this creep get out of control. Not if you're TY, definitely not. Hellions up here. They do see the Baneling nest, which is shaking, which means that Centrifugal Hooks is being researched here. There is the Hellbat transformation. Marines in the back, Hellbats in the front, trying to roast these dudes up. Baneling's good against pretty much everything here, but the target firing on the Marines too dang good. More Lings, more Queens. Baneling's not even getting any hits whatsoever on these dudes. Are there enough Marines to kill these Queens? There definitely are. This Marine push looking extremely strong for TY right now. Lings coming in, trying to do stuff, but only 2 or 3 running in at a time. Not going well at all for those Zerglings. TY's Marines looking fairly invincible right now, killing yet another Queen. Upgrades are coming in from everybody, but that just means that really nothing much is going to change. The Marines do have +1/+1. All of a sudden, look at this positioning on these Marines. More and more Lings finally popping out here. And without the medevac support, they finally do get cleaned up. But guess who's here? Reinforcements. He's not bothering to kill these creep tumors. He's okay with it, actually. Another attack coming on in. Mike at this Baneling nest. That'd be a huge pickup, but instead he's trying to pick off Queens. Picking off Queens is a big deal right now. The Queen count currently sits at 3. Medevac goes down. Baneling's exploding, rolling on in, leaving a tank behind. He is in siege mode. He can't necessarily be saved. But no. Wow, Marines are there, and Rogue with the good game. Rogue is defeated, and TY was victorious just off a little 3-baser. Wasn't a huge attack. Wasn't a massive play of his. Just Marines, tanks, Hellbats, some medevacs, but just the effectiveness, the sheer effectiveness. It is 5,100 resources lost for Rogue compared to 2,100 for TY. 18 Lings. Wait, that's the number of, that's the production tab. The 91 Lings, 9 Queens, a Baneling nest, 3 Overlords. Those 3 Drop Lords were a big deal. A lot of dead stuff, though, so TY gets an early 1 next to his name here. We'll see how he does in game number 2 against Rogue in just a second. Welcome back to this best of 5 between TY and Rogue, cast by Falcon Paladin, here from WCS Global Finals at BlizzCon here in 2017. In the top left-hand corner of the map, it is the blue Terran player. His name is TY. Feeling pretty good after rebuffing that initial strategy of Rogue and shutting it down, and then counterattacking for the win. In the bottom right-hand corner of the map, his opponent down 1-0. It is the red Zerg player, Rogue. All right, so Rogue did delay his third base for a little bit there. I was not crazy. He delayed it to go for that speed, to go for those drops, those Lings, those Queens, but that early Viking from TY said, no. I'm going to find your Overlords, find your Drop Lords before we can get them anywhere near my base, and then you have to improvise from there. Whereas I just keep doing what I'm doing. And really, what he's able to do with a handful of Marines there, a couple Hellbats, a couple medevacs was just too much. It was too much for Rogue to handle, and he was forced to tap out. So we'll see how things go here in game number 2. Feeling a little bit drowsy. Just finished up Thanksgiving dinner. That's when I am casting this. It's American Thanksgiving last week. I like to cast things a few days in advance. Part of that is because I just want to make sure I've got something ready to go on every day of the week, even if something comes up, right? If I'm casting tomorrow's stuff today, what if I can't cast today? Then tomorrow's stuff gets nothing, and that'd be incredibly sad. Can't leave you guys in the dark. Can't do that. The other thing is, if I put my stuff on YouTube and kind of have it sitting there scheduled for a few days, it lets their new algorithm come take a look at it, determine whether or not it triggers their inappropriate filter, and then gives me some time to say, hey, no, please have a human being look at this, and then everything's okay before it goes live. If I have to wait until it goes live before it gets flagged that way, it actually gets anywhere from fewer to 0 ads. And that is really fairly terrible for me because I rely on that ad revenue to keep this thing going, as well as Patreon stuff. I really appreciate all the support I get from everywhere from you guys, but ad stuff is a large chunk of it for sure. All right. Meanwhile, I am feeling tired, but these guys are not. They're amped. TY making a Reaper. His name is Joe. Seems like a nice guy, but he's got one issue. He likes to wear the skin of the things he kills. Good golly. These are 2 straight Reapers that are just flat out scary, y'all. I don't know what got into you, but here he goes. Joe the Reaper. Even got a pretty normal name, but when it comes down to it, if you're wearing the skins of your kills, you're not particularly normal. I guess, I mean, if it's a bear or something, perhaps that is normal, but we're not hunting bears. Let's just say that. I guess Zerglings, fairly similar morally. Third hatch on the way from Rogue. There we go. That's the third hatch timing that I was expecting. Slow Overlords scouting on in, trying to see what they can see. They're really not much right now. A couple Lings heading on down south. And Joe the Reaper is playing defense, man. He knows he has nothing defending this third base. Absolutely nothing right now. He's getting reactors. He's getting a starport. There's this little window of vulnerability where Zerglings could come in and cause him some massive problems. So that's why Joe is staying at home. It's nothing personal, Joe. We'd like you to get out there and do some stuff, but we're so worried about 6 Lings showing up right about now. We're going to just keep you on this everlasting patrol. Is he going to move out? It might be time to move out. He feels fairly safe now. Got some Hellions building in the factory, the reactored factory. And here we go. Hellions are here to defend if necessary, creating the Great Wall of Supply Depots. Is the TY, and getting a pretty early Liberator here as a Scouting Overlord gets shooed away by a Marine. What did you see, Overlord? Starport? Saw the Starport. Joe trying to kill this third base by himself, but Joe used to be able to do that. Used to have some real nice damage done on those grenades against buildings, but to this day, you do not. It was deemed a little bit too strong, and things were changed. Third base now starting to get saturated. Got 3 Queens defending up there. Got some creep spread heading up that way too. Are all the bases connected? They are. Creep spread and creep tumors placed, so as Rogue is able to get all 3 of his bases connected by this purple stuff, which is really useful. Some Lings trying to run in and get for the scout. They see a factory, but they already knew that because these Hellions are what killed them. Really no new information, I would say. Quick armory from TY. This is likely going to be a bit of a Hellbat push from the Terran player, which I'm okay with. And is that Cloaking Field? And Cloaked Banshees, too. Rogue making a Baneling Nest, but I don't know if that's going to be enough here. This is a pretty scary deal. There are a handful of Lings here, but they are going to get roasted up. Roasted very nicely by those Hellions. They delayed, though. They delayed. They gave time for the Queens to show up and defend here. Once these guys are Hellbats, though, yeah, there's the Hellbat push. Hellbat transformation. Joe the Reaper leading the way. I don't know if you want to do that, Joe the Reaper. But going to go right after these Queens. Look at that. Getting a nice arc on them. Forcing them to retreat. Forcing them possibly to use some of their transfuses. Yeah, nope. Instead, just retreating. I guess this is too many Queens for this many Hellbats. Heading on up north away from the the Dudettes, who can't go very quickly off creep, as it turns out. Some Zerglings heading on down to the south, trying to see if there's anything down here they can kill, perhaps taking a sneaky way up to attack this front door. This is a wall of supply depots, but it's not complete yet. There is a gap which we're in Zerglings could manage to get if they wanted to. So, any sign of detection? There's a lair coming in from Rogue, but no detection otherwise. Absolutely 0 spore crawlers. Oh no, he's got one. He's got 1 spore crawler. Where is it? Oh, thankfully it's in the main base where this Cloaked Banshee is. Cloak Banshee, though, killing stuff. Already has a queen, killing a drone. Spore Crawler rerouting itself. Making a Spore Crawler here. Oh, at the natural base, but it's not done yet. Not going to be done for some time either. Trying to get as many of these drones as she can. This Banshee attack really caught Rogue by surprise here. 8 kills already on this queen, or this Banshee decides to head on out as she is running out of energy, and she wants to come back in for a bit more. A bit more here. Going to try to kill that queen, but one-on-one against the queen's not exactly a great thing to do. Trying to kill the drones on the gas, and the cloak ran out, but she's feeling all right. She's feeling okay. Pulling the queens up into the main seems fine. Liberator. No, another cloak Banshee here at the third base. I thought it was going to be a Liberator, but no. No, in fact, it was not. So that's a lot of dead things. That's a lot of... That's, well, you know what it is? 12 dead drones, but it's 70 to 57 harvesters. Rogue doing okay. Doing just fine. Overseer coming on in, scouting stuff out. Nothing can shoot it, though. Changeling gets dropped down. Hey, don't mind me. Just a Marine. Everything is cool. And TY kind of meching it. Got that tank production, working on Infernal Pre-Igniter. So these Hellbats have the blue flames and some Thor drops from TY with a follow-up. Hellions, oh, they almost scouted these sneaky lings down south. But then they didn't. But then the Zerglings headed north. No, they thought about it. This is actually a really good time to go. And they are. They're going to go, and they're going to get this SCV, try to build a supply depot. And by that, I mean completely bypass him. And try to get inside the main. That's a better thing. But tanks are set up on this ramp by TY. He saw them coming in. And all the Zerglings die without getting anything. Meanwhile, big old random craziness going on. Thors versus Spinecrawler. Thors versus Queen. Hellbats versus these Hydras. Meanwhile, a blue flame Hellion run into the natural base of Rogue. Split those drones. Hellbats at the front trying to get rid of all of these Hydralisks. Doing a pretty good job of it. Didn't do a perfect job of it, though. They're forced to retreat here. Blue flame Hellions getting inside the main base. Roasty toasting up more of these drones. 26 drones have been killed during this attack. Rogue finally managed to get rid of it after 29 drones are killed. It is 74 to 52 harvesters. TY is on fire right now. He took in a 4th base behind this. He's already got his 3rd base up and running. Killing a Changeling. About time he got that one. Rogue trying to catch back up in worker count. He's making 8 drones at a time right now. Rogue expanded behind all of that because Rogue is a crazy person who can do that kind of a thing when you and I would struggle mightily at that effort. Goodbye, Hellions. Thank you for playing Ling and Hydra. Trying to take the Zelnaga watchtowers in the center section of the map here. Overlord. Overlord getting killed by a Viking up here north. This section of Ascension to Iron. It's going to be Ling Hydra against Blue Flame Hellion with tank. I don't know about this from Rogue. This seems like a really bad composition. Look at these guys taking that extra damage from the Blue Flame Hellions because they are light. They are light biological, which makes them very susceptible to this sort of thing. Got another Hellion attack here inside the main. Where did these guys come from? Oh, it was a drop. Oh, it was a drop, and then picking up and retreating afterward. Viking has a kill down here in the south, killing yet another Overlord. 4 bases to 4 bases is not where Rogue wants to be. 80 to 61 harvesters. He's making Swarm Host, though. And here they are. Swarm Host trundling along. Swarm Host versus Mech. Not a bad thing to do. Hydras. Boof. Kill that Viking. Overextending a little bit. Trying to get inside the main base to kill a Overlord when there's usually some defense there. All right, here we go with our Hellions. +1 attack on these dudes. +2 attack is being researched right now. Trying to kill. Oh, are they going to kill these Banelings? But yes, killing these Banelings before they can morph. Most of them anyway. But guess what? Locusts are here, killing a few Hydras in the process, though. Whittling down that Hydra count. Whittling down this Ling count, too. These Hellions are heroes for TY's army. Don't attack the Locusts. Don't attack the Locusts. They're going to die anyway. It's cool. Don't let them get free damage off on you. Some Ling's trying to roll into this 3rd base of TY, but he says, no, I don't think so. Getting a 5th base now. It's not even a planetary fortress. That's how confident he feels in this somehow, some way. Tanks +2 just about to complete. Viking killing an Overseer. I like the Viking presence. in TY's army here. Getting a 5th base up north is Rogue. While all this is going on, scanning, recognizing there are swarm hosts, but are there enough? Look at this Hellbat count. Good gravy. There are 13 of them. Hellbats don't need to overextend here. You want to get the Hydras to come in to this tank line. The Locust trying to land on these tanks. Going to good positioning here. Right on top of these tanks. There's a Ling run by. Baneling attack at that 3rd base location. Locust finally getting cleaned on up. 165 to 167 total supply. This is a close game right now. Liberator trying to kill some stuff here at the natural base. Get killed by a Spore Crawler. TY's attention might have been elsewhere. Might have been elsewhere. Right about there. This is crazy. Swarm host heading up north. Resources lost. 8,000 for TY compared to 10,000 for Rogue. Pushing in the inexorable mech of TY. Killing creep tumors, setting up at siege mode. These +2 attacks. 80 damage versus armored foes. And guess what's armored? Swarm hosts are. The Locusts aren't, but the Swarm hosts are. Hellions trying to roast up some of the Swarm hosts, but from the north! Dropping all sorts of Locusts. Hydra's trying to get in here too. Baneling exploding on tanks, not necessarily something you care about. Baneling's trying to roll on in and get some stuff done, but not necessarily functioning as Rogue would hope so. Tanks continuing to push on up here. Holy Swarm host count. Liberators setting up too. Baneling's getting actually zoned out there by those tanks. This 4th base of Rogues looks like it's gonna go down. And that's it. Rogue with a good game loses his 4th base entirely. He's down 78 to 64 total harvesters. He has left a bundle of Swarm hosts and 26 links, and that is about it. And it's just not enough. Not enough to save his bases. What an incredible start here from TY, going up 2-0 against one of the scarier Zergs on planet Earth. Can he keep it going is the question. Can he pull the unthinkable sweep against Rogue? Well, you'll just have to wait and see in just a second. Game number 3 could be it for Rogue in this best of 5 against TY from the semifinals of WCS Global Finals at Blizzcon. But it's not over yet, and that's why we watch sports. In the top right-hand corner of the map, it is the red Zerg player. His name is Rogue, and I'm sure he did not plan on going down 2-0 in this series. And in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, it is the blue Terran player, TY, sitting pretty, looking strong, going mech in game number 2 and bio in game number 1, and basically taking everything that Rogue could throw at him and just winning. Rogue was really unable to do much damage at all against TY in the first couple of games. Got a Ling attack, a Baneling attack actually, in at that 3rd or 4th base of TY back in game number 2, but it didn't seem to do enough. Not hardly enough. Meanwhile, Blue Flame, Hellion attacks, drops inside the main base, Liberator attacks, Cloaked Banshees. TY did never let Rogue rest at all. Never let him just sit back and enjoy the experience. And as a result, TY has... Oh, hang on. What on earth happened there? TY has 2 next to his name, and Rogue has a 0. So, is Rogue going to mix it up? Actually, no. He's doing the same thing he's done every game so far. Hatch, Extractor Pool, Scouting with Slow Overlords. I mean, this could be some kind of a crazy proxy thing from TY, and Rogue would have no idea. I mean, Rogue probably has a lot of confidence in his ability to hold off some kind of a bunker rush or a 3-rack sweeper or just whatever he needs to do. This is a fairly large map, and so it can be difficult to do cheese. TY is not planning on doing it anyway, and I mean, that's fine. Basically, ride the horse that got you here is what they say. And TY got here with some pretty standard play, although was that a command center first? Standard play in that it was a command center first out of TY, but there's the, yeah, there's no gas. Is he going, what? TY is going 3 command center. Wow, he is feeling extraordinarily confident here. Marine from TY heading on down. That natural base is done. The 3rd base is about 30% complete. Rogue is, I mean, he hasn't scouted this. He doesn't know. He's going for a 3rd base here. Yep, heading on down south, but not a crazy timing. But he doesn't know about this third command center of TY's. Double refinery follow-up from TY. He's got his 1 barracks, and that is it. Man, if 6 Lings showed up right now, I think he just loses natural entirely. But that's the gamble, and Rogue didn't do what would have killed TY. I mean, he's got to look back on this and just go, what? I had a chance. I had a chance to win this game in the first 3 minutes and just didn't do it. I'm serious. 6 lings showing up right now. Those Marines are dead. Forcing lift on that natural base. I don't know when he's going to be able to reclaim it. And Rogue sitting on 3 bases and just pretty. Sitting pretty. But as it stands, it's going to be a 3 command center to TY. Is he getting just multiple barracks here? No factory yet from TY at all. Meanwhile, he has this double gas. Overlord scouts in. Did the Overlord see this? Oh, no. All he sees is the 1 barracks. And then gets murdered as he tries to flee. Honestly, just keep going, man. You didn't see enough. You saw 1 barracks. You gotta see, is there a starport? Is there a factory? Is there a 3rd command center somewhere? No. Boy, Rogue playing in the dark here. I don't know if I like it very much. It's just droning. Just droning, getting queens. Queens and lings early are pretty good defense against most of the stuff that Terran can throw at you. You do want some detection if it's going to be a Cloak Banshee, but otherwise, you're generally going to be okay. All right, bunker at the front. Going to fill that with 4 Marines. Going to defend. Again, if you're going to go 3 command center, you got to have a pretty good defense against whatever the Zerg player could be doing against you. This could be a 2-base Ravager attack, but nope, it's not. So Rogue's kind of letting TY get away with this, and I am a little bit shocked. This is why, this is why you scout. This is why you drone scout, Zerg players. And it's going to be Spore Crawler up here in the north of his base. Good for drops, good against Liberators and Banshees. Again, he really doesn't know what TY is doing. I guess he knows there's an expansion, but duh. If you're at 430 and your opponent hasn't attacked you and they don't have an expansion, they're real bad at this game. Really bad. So maybe you've seen it in bronze, but otherwise, Trying to hold the zone like a watchtower is this SCV. No, sorry, Speedlings are going to murder you real fast. Zone like a watchtower is mine, says the Zergling. The other one is also mine, says Zergling number 2. Scan sees a Baneling nest from Rogue. Sees a couple evolution chambers here too. Link comes up, tries to scout, and dies. Sees, whoa! Engineering bay wall of doom. What is this? Engineering bay, and 1, 2, 3, 4. It is a wall of 5 engineering bays. Does he expect a Baneling bust? I guess he saw the Baneling nest. It could be a Baneling bust, but the truth of the matter is these are hard to get through. 850 hit points is a lot of HP. Ah, you'll notice TY did not let 3 of them finish so that he can cancel him if he needs to get out. Because he can't salvage him, can't lift him. There we go. There's the salvage, or the cancel. It was a cancel, getting 94 minerals back per. It's 125 to make one, so pretty good refund. And then leaves 2 of the engineering bays there for upgrades, which he is doing, right? Wait a second. Does he have more engineering bays? He does! What the? TY has 4 engineering bays right now. What is happening? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. All right, 3rd command center finally going to head on over and land at this 3rd base. I feel like you've been here for 5 minutes already and not quite landed there yet. TY trying to build a Great Wall of Supply Depots here at the 3rd base too, but a lot of Zerglings heading this way. A lot of Zerglings about to have +1 ground carapace. Getting burrow too. Oh, Ling burrow. Burrow. Nope. How about you just die instead? That sounds great. Corpse. Landing up right next to that orbital command. And saw it flying in. Oh, I actually saw it land. Strangely enough. Alright, Zerglings, here we go. Running on in, and oh boy. Goodbye, SCVs, run! Where is the army? Here they are. Here is the army. Gonna chase those dudes away. Did any SCVs die? Maybe 1 or 2. Alright, so that could have been a lot worse, but good reaction time from TY. Army with medevac support trying to see where those lings went, but they got a little sneaky and headed up further north than TY expected them to go. 4th base just now popping for Rogue. Just to the left of that 3rd. So far, TY's done absolutely no damage to Rogue, which is a bit of a role reversal compared to games 1 and 2. I mean, check this out. I mean, what has he killed? He's killed 14 lings and an Overlord. He hasn't killed any drones. He hasn't killed any queens. That's pretty much been his bread and butter through this series so far, but just switching it up. I guess he just wants more of the macro style. Suppose Zergling comes in. The wall's not done yet. It's murdered before it can do much of anything. And here goes a drop for TY. Up north while he is at attack down south too. But what is this? Ling's getting through the front door. Where is the army? Where is the contain here? Zerglings in the natural base fighting really hard against these SCVs. There are some Marines too. Zerglings burrowing themselves, forcing TY to use scans to get rid of them or build some missile turrets. Another Baneling attack coming on here to this third base location, chasing these SCVs. Can he get them? The answer is going to be no, but there's a drop inside the main base, getting cleaned up by Lings and Banelings. To drop here at the fourth base too. Lings and Banes getting rid of those dudes. Lings popping out of their burrowed hiding place here at the natural base to kill a lot of these SCVs, and then Widowmine fire to clear out most of them. How about these guys? Are they going to unburrow soon? No, I don't know that they are. Trying to push up towards its third base is TY. He's got +1/+1 and stim and combat shield and all the good things that you'll want to have when you're fighting against the swarm. Zerglings, +1/+1, +2/+2 on the way. Bio 2/2 finishing up right now. Going to be real nice. But guess who's back? Burrowed Zerglings! Burrow Zerglings in your main base. Burrow Zerglings in your natural, but that Widowmine killed you too. And the SCVs are able to fight back with some Marine support and take that all down. A million more Zerglings in the third base. What is happening to TY? Finish this wall. You must finish this wall. 11 more SCVs killed. Supply depots getting murdered, and TY with the GG is defeated. And Rogue was victorious here. Needed to win this game. Did manage to win this game. TY getting a little greedy. Didn't really. I mean, he had a bit of an attack here in the main, and a bit of attack here at the fourth, and kind of threatening the third. But what did he kill? 3 drones. 3 drones killed in this game. A queen and a couple overlords. I mean, that's just not. That is not enough dead stuff if you're going to beat Rogue. So good job. Good job by TY. Coming up close. What is happening right now? Was that flipped again? No, that's right. Okay. So TY still needs 1 game to move on to the finals of BlizzCon. Rogue still a difficult road ahead of him. So we'll see how we can do here in game number 4, coming at you from Falcon Paladin in just a second. Welcome back to the best of 5 between Rogue and TY here on Abyssal Reef, the ladder edition for game number 4. And let's introduce these players yet again. In the top left-hand corner of the map, it is the red Zerg player, Rogue. And in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, the blue Terran player, TY. Alrighty then, TY needed to win that game 3 just to stay alive. And he did, nope, just kidding, backwards. Rogue needed to win that game 3 just to stay alive, and he did. TY wanted to win that game 3 to just move on and sweep Rogue and be done with him, but no. No, some mistakes by TY. Was not ready for the Zergling run-bys, did not have walls off in particular locations, got a little bit greedy, went for that third command center so fast, and could never really just slow down Rogue at all. So, we'll see what he does. We'll see what he does here in game number. Is he actually going to go for command center first? He's feeling greedy in the last game, kind of gets punished for it, and then says, you know what? I got this. I got it. What? I just... All right, well, we'll see how this works out for him. There's that barracks. And, oh, snap. Is Rogue going? He is. He went pool first. He's going to be aggressive here. He is getting a hatch down at the natural, because as is tradition. But, and again, you can't really spend the money you make off of 1 base anyway. Not when you have so many starting workers. Regardless, might be some aggression, which I don't know that TY is going to be ready for. So, we'll keep an eye on that. Quick plug for the Patreon. There is a link in the description and in the top right to patreon.com/FalconPaladin to support daily Legacy of the Void stuff. Also, I guess Saturday also has some Brood War things, Brood War Remastered things, which if you're interested, check those out. I discovered you can watch old classic Brood War games, like from 2010, in a remastered client, and it upgrades the visuals. It's amazing. I feel so dumb for not knowing that. For not knowing that when I should have known it. So, go watch those. Had a real good one yesterday. Really, really fun PvZ yesterday, if that might interest you. All right, this Reaper's name is going to be you. Alex's Reaper name generator has just transferred a copy of your consciousness into a Reaper. Let's see how you react. So this Reaper is going to be you. Strapped you into a Reaper suit, put a jetpack on your back, put a gun in your hand, 2 guns in your hands, and said, go murder some stuff. How are you going to react? What are you going to do? This actually is probably how I would react. Scouting. Wonder if there are any Zerglings around, I would say. I'd really rather not go onto the creep and try to win battles there, because that's real hard. But I can scout. I can run around and run away from lings if they try to find me and hop up cliffs and stuff and play defense. If any slow lings try to get here, I mean, that's fantastic. Actually, there's going to be speedlings. There's going to be speedlings, but there's only 2 of them. So I think he's got this. Look at this. Here come the lings from the top. And trying to slip past. No. No, you say. Get out of here. And they do. Surprisingly. You're feeling a little bit better about this now. 3rd hatch from Rogue on the way. Again, I don't see any sign of a crazy 2-base all-in. Or even a 3-base all-in from Rogue. He's droning up pretty hard. He's not making any more Zerglings beyond these first couple that he got. He's continuing the Queens, though. Already has 3 of those. Making some Overlords, too. And let's see what our Terran player is up to. Starport. Couple Hellions. Gonna tech lab that Starport. Could be for Vikings. We've seen this. And it is going to be a Viking. Alright, so Viking first. Perhaps a follow-up with some Cloaked Banshees, but we're going to have to see. It's TUI. Can't read his mind. Can't read it. Roach Warren at the front here for Rogue. Dangerous place for a Roach Warren. I don't like putting tech structures at walls at the front. It's too easy for them to be picked off, is how I feel about that. Reaper. Sneaking on in to the main base. Couple lings defending, and you decide it's time to retreat here. Oh, snap, these queens. Get out of here, you know! Dead. Alright, so you died after having killed absolutely nothing. Speedy Lord gets some scouting off, but again gets murdered by the Viking. Viking first is pretty fantastic, actually, as Terran. And a Liberator on the way. I'm pretty sure that was scouted. Pretty sure double Liberator. Double Liberator production. Against Roaches, okay. Against Ravagers, maybe not as good. Speedy Lord's coming in. This is already a Drop Lord. What are you going to drop, Drop Lord? Is this a feint? This is a feint. This is getting the Hellions to pull back because he thinks this is full of Zerglings or something. The Viking is not going to get feinted. The Viking's just going to murder you, Drop Lord. Even with your speed, you're not fast enough to run away from a Viking, and geez, that hurts. That's a hurting feint. It costs money to upgrade them to Drop Lords, you know. Oh, the Transfuse! Oh, the clutch Transfuse from Rogue. Keeps it alive. Keeps it right alive. Lair about to finish up here at 5 minutes for Rogue, getting 3 Spore Crawlers. Recognizing if I see 2 Starports from my opponent, Spore Crawlers are going to be super useful. Super useful. So we'll just make them. Hellions sneaking on out. Do they have the Hellbat transformation ability? They do. And they don't have any upgrades as of yet, but that's just fine. There are a lot of them, actually. 10 Hellions might Hellbat it, but man, look at this hold. Yeah, Roach Ravager Queen, pretty fantastic against Hellbats even. I don't know that TY is going to try to get in here. Going to sneak 1 Hellion in. Almost gets murdered, but doesn't exactly, which he's pretty happy about. Viking just flying around murdering stuff. 2 Overlords dead. Oh, might get 3 Overlords. Ah, the Lings at the 3rd base, forcing a cancel on TUI's 3rd. The Hellions were out. Couldn't play defense, trying to go for it. With these Hellions roasting up these drones. Drones are forced to fight, which is not what you want to see. Good positioning here. No, can't be surrounded, but killed anyway. And the Zerglings in here at the natural base, too. Cyclone murdering them. Again, not great against Zerglings, but their DPS is just enough. They can make it work if necessary. So how many things killed? 1 SCV killed, 21 drones killed by TY. That's what you want to see if you're rooting for the Terran here. Orling's trying to do stuff, but Hellion Cyclone, pretty good. Really good. Here comes a Ravager Roach attack of some kind. And we're going to make this thing happen. I mean, this Ravager thing is pretty fantastic against most of the stuff going on here. Good against Hellions. Pretty good against Cyclones. Corrosive Biles going down. Forcing a salvage on that bunker. Was that a cancel on a barracks? One of the 2. Oh, can he deny the upgrade is the question. The answer is going to be yes. Denies vehicle weapons level 1. He decides to get on out. He's delayed the 3rd base. He denied vehicle weapons level 1. It appears TY is trying to go for the mech with all the factories he's got. Anyway, so slowing down those upgrades is going to be amazing. A couple of roaches trying to do stuff. Completely and utterly dead, though. Overseer flying on in, getting chased out, too. And going to be mutas. Okay, so Rogue going for muta here. No, did I... I was right the first time. You guys are going to have to forgive me here. I am so embarrassed. I am so embarrassed. It was Rogue. It was... I did it again. No. Why can't I get this right? There it is. Okay, okay. Did I have that before? Am I just talking myself in circles right now? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. TY won games 1 and 2. I cast them. I just barely cast them. I'm getting stuff switched around in my brain, though. Whenever that happens, I'm just blaming my kids. Just blaming the kids. Like you do when you're an adult. All right, fourth base coming up for TY. Sorry for the interlude of Falcon's a crazy man. But that apparently is the truth. So fourth base is going to finish for Rogue about the same time the fourth base finishes for TY here. It's going to be Swarm Host, going to be Roach, it's going to be Mutalisks. Have the Mutas done anything thus far? Maybe they were doing stuff while I was ranting about what the series was like. Maybe not. Either way, they're flying on in, trying to pick off a Hellion who is too dumb to run away home. Changeling gets tossed down. Ah, there's a Thor. Of course there's a Thor. TY is too smart to not get Thors against Mutas. That splash damage is exactly what you want against them. Scouting barracks. As you don't need the barracks anymore, you can use it for scouting, unless it just gets killed by Mutalisks before it can scout anything at all. Roaches. Somehow, how did it get in here? Drops? Like maybe it was drops. They got on the main base. They got cleaned up pretty quickly, though. 6 SCVs died. Nevertheless, Drop Lord action. Killing creep tumors. If the mutas want to show up and deal with it, they absolutely can try. Is I believe how this looks. Locusts coming on in on them Swarm Hosts, heading toward TY's fourth base. Getting dropped down, trying to kill these Thors, I suppose. But no, too many Hellions. Too many Hellions present. A pickup of Thor. Well, 2 Thors, I'm going to say. Makes it happen. Supply depot up top for scouting attacks. Gets killed by roaches. And the Thors clearing out more of these creep tumors. Meanwhile, a roach attack coming in to this third base of TY. Liberators and Banshees trying to stop this from happening, but surprising damage done here by these +1 roaches, killing more and more of these SCVs. 82 to 67 harvesters. Rogue is way up on that. Muta's trying to finish off this barracks, which I guess got repaired. If I had to guess, Thor's getting that splash damage off. Get out of there, Mutalisks. Oh, a few of them dying very quickly there. Very quickly, the Swarm Host heading up along the north too. The multitasking of these players is absolutely insane. Over 300 APM for both of them. Locusts, so many Locusts. Swinging on in to this fourth base of TY. Are there enough Hellbats to make this thing happen? It looks like they're very well, maybe. It's close anyway, and the Banshees assist with that. The tanks took really no damage. Zerglings running in to the third base of TY. You got a +1 attack. Holding position here and then getting murdered in the process. Lings running into the natural base, picking off a couple tanks. Good pickup there by just a few Zerglings. It's a very cheap attack. Very good results if you happen to be a Zerg player. Fifth base done for TY. Fifth base on the way here for Rogue. These players are splitting the map right down the middle. A Hive coming in from Rogue right now. 2 Rocks getting knocked down. Got a Muta attack here at the natural. Rogue is everywhere right now. But the Thors say, get out of here. Get out of here. Meanwhile, more Locusts getting tossed down on top of this mech army. Doing a good job actually getting rid of some of those Hellbats, but the tank count a little bit too high. That's a good number of tanks, and they have +1/+1, which is great. Roach stuff at the third base again. Muta stuff, I guess, maybe here at the natural. No, not really. What are these SCVs doing? Is TY trying to free up supply? This is not really a good time to do it. He's only at 176. Maybe he's scouting with them. Well, they're dead now. Sorry, guys. The blue flame's done for the Hellions. Hive just about done here. Thor drop here at the 4th base location. Again, if TY wins this, he's going to move on to the grand finals. And these drop lords doing their very, very beloved best to make this happen. Trying to kill some overseers, trying to kill some lings. Lings are the nemesis of the Thors, though. Tanks exploding on top of the Queen's overlords dying here, too. Thor's trying to drop on high ground, possibly. Or you're going to just join this mech army. I believe was what they're trying to do here. All right, Baneling Ling Swarm Host versus Tank Banshee Thor. Viking from TY. Oh, and Liberators. Did I forget the Liberators? I forgot them. I'm trying to bait some of these Banshee or some of these Banelings to hit into the Hellbats, which is fine. Couple more Locusts getting thrown down at the early, which just means Tank Splash is great. Look at the roasting, though. Banelings rolling in, connecting with tanks. Not exactly what you want, but then another huge group of Banelings just crushing those siege tanks. Wow. Guess if you have enough of them, they're okay. He's continuing to push up here as TY. He's got his tanks. He's recognizing those Banelings were a large part of Rogue's army. And I don't think he can replace them that early. So somehow Rogue's 5th base finds itself under direct assault from siege tanks with +2/+2. Could be +3 if not for denying that early attack. Some Broodlings trying to come on in here and get some stuff done. They do get some work done, but they're Broodlings. Nobody really expects anything of them. Vipers on the way from Rogue. You need Vipers if you're going to deal with mech, as it turns out. Ling attack here in TY's 5th base, trying to murder some things, get a few SCVs, but then get blue flamed and annihilated. Advanced ballistics being researched by TY, getting range for that defender mode ability. Locusts, I just have to zoom out for the Locusts. They're big. They fly up into the sky. Is there really anywhere? I guess they're kind of trying to split between this 4th base and this 5th base, which I like. Getting some stuff done, but the problem is by the time they get there, they're pretty much expired. And they expire, but again, they're free units, which is really good. Liberator trying to do stuff here. The natural gets killed. Not before 7 drones are murdered in the process, though. Banelings sneaking down south. Liberator sees them. They scout each other, I suppose, here in this section of the map. And going for a 6th base as Rogue, replacing his 5th, going for a 6th down in the bottom left. TY seems content to sit on his 5 bases right now. And Liberator setting up on Rogue 6 with Vigilance. It's not saturated yet, but this Liberator can be very patient. Can be extraordinarily patient. +3 vehicle weapons, ship weapons, level 1 coming in here too. We're at maxed out army versus 180 supply for TY, but he can be a little bit smaller because he's more efficient. Trying to take a 6th base up top as TY gets who's here. A million Zerglings forcing the cancel for Rogue and then getting blue flamed to death. We got the +2/+1. But geez, Rogue's army is here. They got Swarmhost, Baneling, Hydra, Locust, forcing a liftoff at TY's 5th. Banelings running for their lives. And they do run for their lives. They do manage to get out of there. The Locusts pretty much expire harmlessly. Rogue's pulling back because TY is moving in. That's what he's doing. Blue Flame, Rogue trying to take a 7th base up north. No, Banelings. Blinding Cloud on these tanks, abducting the Liberators in, trying to get a sneak attack from the south side with Banelings, 2 Lings rolling on top of everything. It is very sloppy stuff right now, but the Corruptor is trying to get rid of all the air stuff. All the ground stuff is gone for Rogue right now. There are just too many Liberators. I think Liberator count getting a little bit insane here. 10 of them. Also catching some of these Swarm Hosts out of position. Until they drop some Locusts and force back the ground army anyway. Here we go with just Liberator. Again, they're support units. But I guess there are some Vikings who try to assist here too. Queen's trying to do some stuff while standing in circles of death. Got some Locusts for TY somehow, someway at the 5th base, almost killing it. Wow, TY is just absolutely destroying right now these Liberators in anti-air mode. Trying to get rid of these Corruptors. More Corruptors joining the party all the time though. Making 7 at a time right now as Rogue. Lings running around at the 5th base. Lings running around at the 4th base. 31 drones have been killed, but 20 SCVs have been killed here too. It is 36-52. Total Harvesters. Lings finally getting rebuffed. These Blue Flame Hellions for TY is sneaking down into this third base location. Vipers can't do much about that. Corruptors can't do anything about that. 42 drones have been killed so far, but guess what? Locust forcing a liftoff start in TY's fourth base. His fifth base is going to burn down here too. It's 121 to 105 total supply. This game is a knife fight. Both players are absolutely lost so much right now. Corruptors, again, support unit, but I don't know if there's really nobody else around. You might as well caustic spray something, I suppose. He wants to pick off these liberators from a distance. There's one. One goes down. Move speed, isn't it the same? 472, 472 it is. Between Corruptor and Liberator. Zerglings heading on up. TY trying to get that sixth base established. Too many Zerglings with a +2/+2 attack. Blue Flame Hellions here at Rogue's fifth base, but dropping on top of them a million Locusts. I know you're good, but not when you're outnumbered 6-1. In that situation, Hellions. Oh, abducting a couple Cyclones so that they can be murdered. Yikes. +3 ship and vehicle plating by TY. Just about done. I think his fifth base did burn down, but he lifted off the command center or the orbital command from his natural to land it here. It's 46 to 37 harvesters. Resources lost now. Going to be 27,000 for the Zerg player and 31 for TY. Small Cyclone Hellion attack up here at Rogue. Seventh base in the north. We've got some Cyclones doing damage in the sixth down south. And chased away by Locust is the attack in the north side. Zerglings running on into TY's fifth base. Murdering at Blue Flame Hellions. No, don't connect Banelings. Oof, one of them goes down. Another one goes down, but getting into this natural base once more. Hellbats can eventually take down a building if you give them enough time. There's the caustic spray on TY's fifth base. Hellions starting to get burned down here too. Losing that fifth was a massive, massive problem for TY. It's 134 to 84 total supply. Hellions running in against these swarm hosts, I guess. Trying to kill creep tumors, trying to kill roaches, and Hydralisks. Liberators sneaking on in to the main base of Rogue. And, oh, Rogue's seventh base does end up dead. The sixth base is gone, too. This game is going to go down to the wire. Everybody, again, if TY wins this, he just wins in 4 games. And just straight up takes down Rogue. So if he can see if he can pull this off, or if Rogue can force a game number 5. That is not looking good. I mean, I know he's up, but he's only got 29 drones. He's got basically 2. Well, it's barely a mining base right here. He has a mining base. Meanwhile, TY has his third base is looking okay. He's trying to rebuild here. His fifth base, which again he lost, which was a giant, huge problem for him. Just trying to keep the Zerg player on his toes, I believe, of what he's going for here. Locusts run. And they get out of there, trying to burn down a Spore Crawler. There are some drones here at this third base. Get out. No, bad place to be. Blue Flames, don't fight. Don't fight against the Banelings. Don't fight against the Locusts. Just run. Just run. And he does. And then he chases the Banelings back up the ramp. Jeez, this guy's persistent. Incredibly so, killing Larva here, but then the Banelings find him. Can any of them make contact? No, can't do it. But Caustic Spray on TY's fourth goes down, and the fifth is gone too. Oh, and he can't land a new base down here. TY is in oodles of trouble. Rogue is not looking great, but TY, all he can really make are Hellions right now. He's got a bake of 800, 1,800, but he can't do much. Oh, he's going to Caustic Spray this one too. Is it on the cooldowns? It's on cooldown. And that's it. A good game from TY. TY was defeated, and Rogue was victorious, tying this thing up 2-2. We're going to a game 5, everybody. Wow. That was just a scrappy game. That was just a matter of who could manage to keep more bases, keep more income, coming in here, do more damage. TY had the Hellions, but can't really win a game with Hellions. Got to have those support units too. So great job. Great job indeed. Game number 5 coming at you in just a second. Well, welcome back, StarCraft fans, to game number 5 of this best of 5 from the semifinals of Blizzcon 2017. And let's introduce these world-class players one final time. In the bottom right-hand corner of the map, it is the blue Terran player, TY. Had a good start. Has not had as good of a follow-up. And in the top left-hand corner of the map, it is the red Zerg player, Rogue. Now, game number 3 that Rogue won, I don't know. TY, I feel like, made some mistakes. But game number 4 was just flat out good StarCraft. Both players absolutely socking each other in the jaws, punching each other in the stomach, doing crazy things, and in the end, Rogue barely squeaked it out. And now TY's proxying. What are you doing, TY? It's game 5. You're supposed to get more conservative. Every series I've cast on my channel, it seems like game 5s and game 7s, players are just a little less willing to be nuts about stuff. You know what I mean? A little less willing to take risks. Oh, is Rogue scouting this? Is Rogue scouting this? Rogue scouts it and doesn't let on that he scouted it. Hang on, I gotta show you this. This is really important. So Overlords can see farther than they can be seen. See? Overlord is not visible, especially not to buildings, right? We've seen this. Buildings vision is fairly abysmal. It's just bad. So, especially with these weeds here. Oh, Rogue saw it. And then just swoop, swung back in. Oh, TY thinks he's being very sneaky with this. Oh, TY. Scouting wins games, you guys. It really does. Okay, now Rogue has to know how to handle this, because we've seen this. We've seen this before. Cheese Compilation last week actually had an example of this little proxy barracks. Yep, there we go. Bunker thing. This Overlord sees everything, though. Look at him. Invisible. Invisible to the Terran. Pulling some drones. This is the smart thing to do, actually. Pull some drones, because if you win, if you don't die to this, you pretty much just win. It doesn't matter. These drones do not care they're losing mining time. They know if they can kill this, they just win. And that's what he's doing. Drones are actually pretty good against Marines. Surprisingly good against Marines. Not bad against SCVs either. Just pulling it back. Waiting for 10 lings to come out. Alrighty then. That's going to be pretty good stuff. This bunker, I don't think is ever going to finish. Where are the rest of the lings? Here we go. Is that bunker going to finish? Can TY get it down? The answer is probably not. Probably not. There's the surround. He's going to have to cancel it. Gonna have to cancel it. This Overlord just looking at everything. Hey guys, how you doing? Bunker. No! Canceled! Canceled at the last second. Look at these lings and these drones just murdering stuff, pinning them against the wall. The Marines can't get out! The Marines are dead. There's one down here. There's two down here. But without those bunkers, this whole strategy is incredibly unviable. And trying to kite as best he can are these Marines, but they're not very fast. And they're going to take shots to the face. And there are some SCVs helping him out here, but it's just not enough. Not enough SCVs to be meat shields. Marines dead, SCVs dead, and TY's just got to have to pick up and go back home. This is what he's going to have to do here. What is he? I mean, jeez, he's got a factory back home right now. It is 17 to 19 harvesters. But Rogue's had an expansion for a while now. We can really get a nice lead when it comes down to it. Sending a couple lings down just to see exactly what's going on. Is TY foolish enough to go for an expansion here when he can't really defend it? The answer is no. Nah, he's building it inside his main base. Which is the more intelligent way of doing things. And the reactor gonna fall? No, it's not gonna fall. The repair's coming up here. I mean, it would. Except for the repair ability. Wait, are you repairing? There we go. There's the repair animation. And then a couple Hellions. And geez, these lings are doing way more damage than really they have any right to. But they know that there's Hellions pulling out. Alright, so TY does actually send one of his barracks over here south of the natural base of Rogue. It's 26 to 24 harvesters, but just means that TY is oversaturated. He can't really put all of his workers to good use. With that many workers, he's continuing to make them so that he can transfer them down to the natural base when the time comes. But that means that Rogue's income is going to be a little bit more efficient when you get right down to it. Although mules are good. Although mules are really good. Use mules, Terran players. If you're not, secret barracks got discovered. Rogue doesn't like barracks on his side of the map. And forces it to lift off and flee. Alright, third hatch on the way here from Rogue. And this is an uphill battle from TY now. It really is. Rogue's up 31 to 27 harvesters, getting a Roche Warren here at the front. Which again, I'm not comfortable with tech buildings being at the front like this, but I don't know. What else are you going to wall off with, honestly? Evolution chambers, probably. Spine crawlers, if you do want to get some kind of a wall going. And I guess your army's going to be here defending anyway. Putting your Roach Warren back here in the main base is kind of an invitation for it to get sniped by a drop. Generally how that works. Medevac heading up to the north. Got 4 Hellions on the inside. Viking here too, flying over the beautiful blue waters of Odyssey, the latter edition. Is that a windsurfing thing? I don't know. Looks like a sailboat. All right, 4 Hellions dropping here inside the main base. Are there enough Zerglings to do this? Not really, but there are 3 Queens. And drones with a full evacuation, getting the heck on out of this main base. Roach is getting a surround on them, killing 2 of them before they can get back inside. Wait, there is no back inside, is there? Where are you, Medevac? Ah, the Queens killed you. The Queens did kill you. Meanwhile, more Hellions inside the natural base, roasting up a whole lot of these drones. 11 drones going down. All right. TY. I mean, usually you do a proxy barracks thing against the Zerg and just get it shut down hardcore. You're going to have a bad time, but so far, he's living, man. He's up 38 to 35 harvesters. 3rd base being constructed up north here for TY. And, I mean, it's going to be 3 base to 3 base. And as a Terran player, I'm not sure where else you really want to be. This barracks is re-landed and it's got creep all over its feet here. Blor, blor, blor. Disgusting. Disgusting blorpy things. And canceling. Was that an evolution chamber or something? I don't know. All right. Coolio reconstitution coming up. Got the Liberator. Transfuses keeping the Queens alive while they try to kill this thing. And it works. A couple drones die, but Liberator does get murdered in the process too. So it's 45 to 41 harvesters. Army supply fairly close. Yeah, close enough. Nobody really has an advantage. Man, only TY, seriously, can go for a bunker rush, get it absolutely destroyed, and then still be fine at 7 minutes into a Legacy of the Void game. Is this another Liberator attempt up north? Oh, it's an empty medevac. Maybe trying to feint. This barracks, man, forced to lift off and flee once again, but he does get the creep off of his feet, which is probably something he's feeling all right about. Just about finished reading Ready Player One. Actually had a sub send it to me. It's like, you should read this book. Here's a copy. And I said, wow, okay, thanks. And it's all right. It's all right. It's keeping my attention. I'll give a full review once I'm done with it. Probably finish it tonight on a lazy Thanksgiving evening when not much else is going on. Though the wife is going crazy putting up Christmas stuff, because that's her rule. After Thanksgiving, it's Christmas time, and officially it is after Thanksgiving once dinner is done. 3rd base by TY, looking pretty happy. It's not even the Planetary Fortress, you guys. That is how arrogant, how confident TY is. I mean, they're both the same thing, just one has a negative connotation. But confident is TY to get this 3rd base up and running. Oh, quick plug for the podcast, too. You should listen to the podcast. There's a link in the description. It's called the Falcon Paladin Hour. It is free. It's only once a week. You can listen to it while you're commuting and stuff. That's when I listen to my podcast. Infestation Pit on the way from Rogue here. And this week we talk about our top 5 movies. And it turns out that Wade has 9 movies in his top 5 because that's how he rolls. All right, so it's 113 to 105 total supply. TY's up in Army supply right now. I don't understand exactly how this works. Got some Hellions sneaking on in. A lot of Roaches, though, with speed on creep. And that's enough to shove them away. They don't have the blue flame. The Thors, though. Thor pretty good against Roach. Pretty good indeed against the Roach. Liberator sneaking up down this left side. Thor, oh, are they going to get the Infestation Pit? Trying to get the Infestation Pit. The Hellbat transformation is done. Can they win this fight? If they can win this fight, they can get the Infestation Pit. Queen's getting some transfuses down on these Roaches. Defender's advantage kicks in, and several Roaches popping out, trying to focus down the Thors, at least force them to get lifted off. One of the Thors dies. Every Hellbat is dead. Dropping the Thor here inside the main base, trying to pick off a couple drones from the high ground. Maybe a couple Queens, too, if at all possible. Liberator doing stuff here at Rogue's natural base, and drop Thor hanging out above this water. Be interesting, right? Be weird if medevacs had a fuel, like a fuel count, and they ran out of fuel and they would just crash. They just hovered over the water for the next 5 minutes. That'd be enough. That'd definitely add a level of difficulty to this game. Can't really argue with that. Swarm Host on the way from Rogue again. He likes his Swarm Host. Gotta say. Thor forced to retreat as Roaches show up once again. Roaches sneaking up. Got supply depots. Warning of Roach attack. and where it is when it's going to happen. So that's exactly why they exist. They're going to die, but it's a good existence. As Hellions, wow, Hellions trying to take down a Roach. They got it. Again, just because you're kind of countered by a unit, if you outnumber that unit by 6 or 7 to 1, you're going to be okay. Spire for Rogue coming in here too. Just holy shermoly, 30 drones have been killed so far. Upgrades for these guys. There's +1 vehicle weapons for TY, but Glier Reconstitution, Pneumatized Carapace, Burrow, +1/+1 for ranged units. For Rogue done here too. Is he gonna go Roach, Ravager, Swarmhouse Muta? That's what the Spire looks like. And yeah, once again, it's just conservative at this point. Nobody's really going for it. Nobody's really sending all they've got out. Right, and it just means that we are gonna sit here on 5 bases for TY to just now 4 bases for Rogue. Wow. TY might just be able to do this thing, you guys. I know the last couple games have not looked that good, but this type of a game seems like his type of a game. +1/+1 Roaches getting Tunneling Claws. They're going to be Burrow move dudes. Burrow's already done, as I mentioned previously. And Single Thor trying to defend this 4th base of TY's, but enough Roaches with the upgrades to... Oh, the pickup and the micro trying to save it. Oh my gosh, it's working. Oh no, it went down. It was working for a second. Roach versus Hellbat. Locust flying on into TY's 5th base, forcing a liftoff there. TY manages to see that coming. I mean, just ridiculous stuff here. Small Cyclone Hellbat attack in the middle gets thwarted. Locust running on in, killing a Cyclone, killing some SCVs. 10 SCVs killed in the last couple of minutes, and they get a supply. They get 2 supply depots before they expire. Wow. Swarmhost, good unit. Really good unit. It's not supply block TY because he's too good for that. Lock-on ability from the Cyclones. Going to try to murder this Overlord with the help of a Viking, and they do manage to take it down. This additional vision, I suppose. So Roach, Ravager, Swarmhost. With really nothing in the sky yet. No. Not really. Crossbow's going down. Zoning TY out of there. Overseer hanging out in the middle base of TY. I guess you kind of know what he's doing. Right? Anyways, we're down to 4 base to 4 base. TY does actually manage to land his 5th base. I forgot. It wasn't killed. It was just lifted. Hellions and Cyclones chasing these guys down. Meanwhile, more Cyclone action. Heading up this left side. Cyclones and Hellions at Rogue's 5th base. This 4th base is in trouble. It's likely just going to go down. Wow, Cyclones. +2 attack on these guys, making it happen. Crikeys. Spine Crawlers going down too. And then just heading home. TY says, job well done. Mass Cyclone. Pretty good deal there. Fusion Core coming in. Additional Starport here too. TY is doing some very unorthodox stuff, but again, so is Rogue. And good. Oh, zoning out. Trying to zone out any reinforcements coming in while the Roaches force a liftoff on this 5th base location and chase down these SCVs that are heading further away. Oh, they're heading towards a 6th base that TY is trying to get. Roaches here in TY's 3rd base, getting rid of a lot of SCVs here. It's 58 to 61. 17 SCVs have died. Pushing up the front, though, is TY. A bit of a base race-ish type situation. Got some tanks. Tanks getting focused down pretty much immediately, though. Liberators, Banshees in this pitch position. Pretty fantastical. Liberator goes down. Banshees harder to kill unless you got Queens. And there are Queens here. The 4th base of Rogue does get killed, but he still got Roaches murdering stuff at both the 4th and the 5th bases of TY. Look at these Cyclones get rid of these Roaches, man. Pretty good stuff. And TY with the good game. What? Right there. I go, okay, so it's 48 to 28. Okay, fair enough. His SCP count was abysmal. That's true. He was forced to lift off that base. He was going to lose this base. This battle was one he needed to win. And then that's out there too. I mean, he's effectively... Income was being doubled by Rogue. And yes, he'd killed a couple hatcheries of Rogues, but Rogue still had a base running up here. I think he had just scouted this and said, oh, shoot. Also, Rogue, like a good player, is replanting the bases that he lost. So in the long run, a TY just kind of saw this not going well for him and tapped out. So Rogue is your winner after losing games 1 and 2 of this best-of-5 series. That's ridiculous. A ridiculous comeback for him. Phew. All right. So 18,000 resources lost for the Terran player compared to a mere 9 for Rogue. I mean, he doubled up. He doubled up resources lost. Holy smokes. I mean, 49 roaches died for Rogue, but that was about it. It was 2 Ravagers, a Queen, a Swarm Host, handful of Lings. I guess 42 drones and 2 hatcheries isn't anything minor, but crikey. All right, so that's going to be it from me. This has been the Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload and a best of 5. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.